Hey guys, and welcome back to my channel. This is your girl Shamika, and welcome back to Speak Freely here, where we celebrate the freedom of speech. And in today's topic of conversation, I wanted to raise the question, is Donald Trump scared of Mexicans? Alright, before we get into the video, I just wanted to address something that I've noticed when I'm editing my videos. I noticed that it looks like 50% of the time my eyes are closed. They're not. My eyes are just squinty, so I'm not closing my eyes. And no, I'm not high. I know on my other channel I get a lot of comments saying like, oh my god girl, you look so blazed. I'm not high. It's just my eyes. I have no Asian in my family, as far as I know. I am part Native American, so maybe that's where the squinty eyes come from, but it's usually just what happens when I smile. My eyes just squint. Anyway, I digress. Let's move on to the topic at hand. Is Donald Trump afraid of Mexicans? Now, why am I bringing this up, you ask, Shamika? Because you may or may not heard that the game Cards Against Humanity have decided to come out and state their claim and put a line in the sand and make it very known where they stand on the political spectrum and who is definitely not their president. So if you don't know what Cards Against Humanity is, it's this really popular trendy party game that you can play amongst your friends. You can turn into a drinking game. It's like a trivia game, but it's like really cool questions. This blew up and got really popular. I actually enjoy the game myself. So they came out recently, just a few days ago, like a week ago, and came out with a new campaign basically saying if you pay us $15, we'll give you like this package. You get multiple things, like several things in a game or something like that, and they're going to take the $15 and they're going to buy land where Donald Trump supposedly is going to build this wall, and basically trying to clog up the bureaucracy system so the wall won't get built. They're also going to get some sort of their land. They're going to build a lawyer's office, and I guess this lawyer's office, the type of lawyer is like specialized in like property or land or something like that. So they believe if they do this is going to stop the wall from being built. It's kind of like when, you know, like nature people like chain themselves around a tree so the bulldozer can't knock down the forest because there's people in the way, kind of like that. If you want to know more details about the actual things they're trying to do and the actual lawyers they're trying to hire, you can go on Philly DeFranco's channel. He actually explains it in a lot more detail. But this is really not what the video is about. My video is about something that they said in their mission statement. So in their mission statement, and I'm paraphrasing here, they say something to the likes of Donald Trump is so scared of Mexicans that he's going to build this 20-foot wall that we all know isn't going to do jack bullshit, which is crazy because it's a 20-foot wall. So I don't know if they misunderstood and thought Donald Trump said the 20-foot wall was going to be made out of tissue paper, but I digress. The first thing I really want to tackle is the question is Donald Trump afraid of Mexicans? Before Donald Trump even became president, while he was running for his presidency and he was running off of the campaign of building a wall, is either Donald Trump hates Mexicans or Donald Trump is scared of Mexicans. Look, I don't possess Donald Trump's secret presidential diary, so maybe in his heart of hearts he really just despises Mexicans, but I don't see any of his actions or his words proving that point. I believe that the leftist media or progressive leftists love to straw man everything Donald Trump says. They use a lot of trigger words and a lot of emotionally charged words to get people to hate him. So they have to say Donald Trump hates Mexicans or Donald Trump is scared of Mexicans instead of saying Donald Trump is trying to enforce the immigration laws that we already have in place, or Donald Trump is trying to stop people from breaking our immigration laws. Less scary, and it actually kind of is common sense. It makes sense. And the reason why they don't want to use the word illegal immigration, because the illegal part. If you say Donald Trump doesn't want illegal immigration, most people will be like, okay, yeah, they're illegal. Like, they're breaking the law. What? So they can't say that. That's why they just say Mexicans. They just say Mexicans. It's more emotionally charged rather than say illegal immigration, because they don't want to deal with the idea that legal immigration is still very much a thing. Donald Trump, if he hated Mexicans, if he was so scared of brown people coming over the border, he would literally just stop anybody coming into this country from Mexico. He would just stop it. He would ban all Mexicans from Mexico from coming into the United States. He would shut that shit down. He would close off the border. He would build a permanent wall with no entrance whatsoever. There would be no way to come from Mexico to America if he was that so fucking scared of Mexicans or that hatred towards Mexicans. He would just stop all immigration from Mexico forever happening. But that is not what he's doing. Legal immigration is still very much a viable path for anybody to take if they want to become, and they want to take the path to becoming citizens of America or just legal immigrants to America. So that's still a thing. That's still there. Anybody can do it. Anybody can take that path. I know and understand it's hard because it's financially a strain to become a citizen here or to stay here as a legal immigrant. I get that. I understand that. I'm traveling right now, and a nice portion of my finances go to trying to stay in the countries that I'm traveling in by going through the legal immigration system. Like, I have to pay my dues. I have to pay my dues to stay here. I'm not going to sit there and throw a hissy fit because the government of Thailand or Indonesia or Cambodia or Asia or whatever isn't allowing me to stay in their countries for free. Like, how dare they? No, I follow the rules. I do what I'm told and I pay my dues. That's exactly the same thing the United States is just asking from people. And I'm so sick of people acting as if the United States is the only country that has immigration laws or strict immigration laws. Like, everyone else has like open borders, and the United States are the only ones that are enforcing their immigration laws. Every country does this. Mexico has harsh and strict immigration laws. So something that Donald Trump has said about illegal immigration is that, you know, illegal immigrants could be murderers or rapers or drug dealers and stuff like that. And people take that and say, Donald Trump said all Mexicans are murderers, rapists, or drug dealers. He didn't say that, because again, if he thought that, he would stop all Mexicans from coming into our country. The fact of the matter is, if you're coming into the country illegally, there is a chance that you're probably not the best of the best. You're not the cream of the crop to come from that country, because if you are, if you, let's say, you're a doctor or you're a lawyer or you're a teacher or you're an architecture or you're an entrepreneur or you're a business owner or something like that, then you probably have the funds and the mindset and the know-how to get into the country legally. You would know how to go through the system the proper way. You know how to fill out the paperwork. You know how to get a lawyer. You know how to do all those things. It's a good chance if you're coming to a country illegally, there's two reasons. One, you just can't afford it. You're poor, you're low income, you're impoverished, and I'm not saying poor or anything like that as a derogatory term. I'm just saying you just don't have the funds to do so. But you want a better life for yourself, and you want a better life for your children, so you come over to America illegally. The other option is, you're not the cream of the crop. You're probably maybe running from the law, or you're doing something you shouldn't be doing, or you're not doing what you're supposed to be doing in the country you come from. I'm not saying that all illegal immigrants are rapists, drug dealers, or murderers, but I understood what he was saying, that if they were the cream of the crop, then he would have done it the legal way anyway. But since they're not, there's either A, they're not doing what they should be doing, or B, they don't have the money, so they're going to come over here and probably be a strain on the welfare system anyhow. And that's the thing. A lot of people who sit there on their high horses, just like the makers of Cards Against Humanity, I am pretty sure 99% of them do not live in low-income neighborhoods, do not struggle day to day to feed their kids and put food on the table for their kids, do not struggle to find a job and pay their rent, because mass immigration affects the poor the most. That's why rich-ass people, celebrities, the middle class can sit on their high horses and play the moral police and snub their nose and wave their finger at people who are for enforcing our illegal immigration laws, because it does not affect them directly. If it became a law, if it became a rule that every single illegal immigrant had to go move into the Sunset Hills and to Beverly Hills and to all the rich neighborhoods, while the illegal immigrants had to go move into the middle class tree-lined cul-de-sac neighborhoods, a lot more middle class people, upper class people would be wanting to enforce those laws too. But they don't have to see it. They don't have to deal with it directly. So that's why it's easier for them to sit there and Donald Trump is so mean. I can't believe he's trying to enforce our laws. Like, because it doesn't affect them directly. It affects the poor the most. So if they cared about the citizens here, they would actually want to enforce the immigration laws. I'm not saying that Donald Trump doesn't have a very crass way of saying things. He probably should stay off Twitter 75% of the time that he's on Twitter. And I'm not saying there's not a lot of things to bash Donald Trump for. But The fact of the matter is, there is absolutely no proof or no evidence out there that says Donald Trump is either scared or afraid of Mexicans, because again, he would have completely stopped all immigration from Mexico if that was the case. Let's take Donald Trump out of the picture. Just take him out of the picture. Put a neutral party in his place instead. And just look at the facts, black and white. Someone is saying, I want to enforce our already existing immigration laws, and I want to stop people from breaking our laws. Does that sound like a bad idea to you, or does that sound reasonable? Actually, does that sound like someone who is trying to protect the country that they're a president of? I swear, if Barack Obama said the same thing, granted, he would have said it in a more elegant presidential manner, but if he would have did the same thing, people would have been like, oh my gosh, he's such a great president. He's trying to protect his citizens. He cares about the lower class. Yeah, but because it's Donald Trump, people just hate everything he says. And again, for the progressive left who are trying to win people over and try to maybe get them on their side to vote for them next presidential election, this is not the way. Because the only people that are actually falling for the stuff that's coming out of your mouth are the people that already believe what you're saying. You're speaking to your echo chamber. But everyone on the outside or everybody in the center is looking at what you're saying and going, he never said that. Like, he literally is trying to just enforce our laws. That's all he's trying to do. I can see when the DACA thing was happening that people got upset about that, because that is a bit more of a sensitive topic, like deporting, you know, hundreds of thousands or even millions of people that has been like raised in this country. This is the only country they know. They're basically Americans. I can see that argument, even though there are other people that say like a lot of those people weren't children anymore, they're adults and they can take care of themselves if they were sent back to their country. But still, like, I understand that argument, but the fact that he's simply just trying to enforce our laws, I don't get like how you have an argument against that. I really don't. So in my opinion, is Donald Trump scared or hateful towards Mexicans? Not really. I honestly don't think Donald Trump is bigoted towards anybody. Maybe he's a misogynist a little bit, but honestly, I think he's the type of person, if he sees somebody working hard, he can respect that. I really do. And I'm not even a Donald Trump fan, but there is no evidence that he hates Mexicans, that he's afraid of Mexicans, and you keep using this rhetoric thinking that somehow it's going to win other people over, but everybody can see right through it because there's no evidence of it. He's simply just saying we need to enforce our laws. That's all he's simply saying, so they'll have to stop being a strain to our welfare system, so we'll stop actually hurting the lower class. I almost wish that it was mandatory for anybody who argued against stopping mass illegal immigration. I wish it was like a mandatory law that everybody who was against it literally had to unhinge the doors to their homes and keep their car doors unlocked. Because I just want to see how you react when you're not allowed or able to protect yourself and protect your home and your private property. Why would you want to lock your doors? Like, do you not trust your neighbors? You lock the door to your home, you lock the door to your car, you take your purse and your wallet with you everywhere you go. You don't just leave it on the table when you go to the restroom because you want to protect your property and you want to protect yourself. You're basically telling every person, every citizen in the United States that they are not allowed to protect this country. That's pretty much what you're saying. Fuck it. Fuck laws. Just let anybody in. Like, it doesn't make any sense. Like, it doesn't. Anyway, I'm done. This video is over. So what do you guys think? Do you think Donald Trump hates Mexicans? Do you think he's like scared of Mexicans? Or do you think he's simply trying to protect this country and enforce already standing illegal immigration laws, and maybe he's just saying it in a very crass manner? Or do you believe he really hates Mexicans? He thinks he hates all black and brown people. He's a raging racist. And if you do think either or, please leave it in the comment section below. If you want to continue having conversations like this with Moa, and I mean conversations because I'm open to debate, I'm open to discussion, and I'm open to being wrong, please subscribe. And if you subscribe, hit that bell to get the notifications when I do upload. And if you like this video, please like it and share it on Twitter, Facebook, and beyond. And that's it, guys. Thank you, and peace. You better